you don't. I know you don't. I know you don't. I know you.
I know my son. Think I ain't spoke to my son. Think I ain't told my son, his mama, and his grandmama. His ass going to prison.
T.I. may have just torched whatever fragile bond he had left with his son, King Harris. This time, it wasn't a lecture or a heated argument. It was a courtroom ambush. He slapped King with legal papers, demanding custody of his own grandson. Little King Jr. imagined the sting of that.
You can talk to me, and to the end, ain't nothing going. Call who you need to call, do what you need to do. Ain't nothing happening. No money, no beer.
Your father not only calling you unfit behind closed doors, but broadcasting it to the entire world through the courts. T's argument cuts deep, but is keeping it plain and heavy. He claims King was never ready to be a father, just like he warned months back. According to him, King's unstable, reckless, and unpredictable lifestyle is putting his baby in harm's way. T.I. refuses to sit back while his son spirals and drags a child into the chaos. But here's the question. Will King fight tooth and nail to keep his son, or will he collapse under the weight and lose him forever? This custody war didn't come out of thin air. It's been brewing in silence, waiting for the right moment to explode. The Harris household has been buzzing with whispers for weeks, but most people brushed it off as gossip. Then out of nowhere, the internet got hit with bombshell court filings. And this wasn't just lawyers working in the background.
God damn. So that back can't get right.
What do you be looking at? What you be looking at? Hey. Slide it over, Captain.
Reports say T.I. himself went straight to the judge, pen in hand, declaring King unfit to raise his own child. That one line flipped the whole story upside down. T.I. wasn't just saying King needed help. He straight up branded him a danger to his own child. That cut deeper than any diss record ever could. The second those court papers hit the internet, King lost it. He rushed to T.I. and Tiny's house, snatched up his son, and peeled out like something straight from a movie scene. Then, once he had distance, he called his father and let every ounce of anger and heartbreak pour out. This wasn't just a clash. It was betrayal on the deepest level. King made it clear in his own words. He hasn't been sleeping, hasn't been at peace, just grinding, working, and surviving on fumes. But now, with his son in the mix, the pressure became unbearable. That was the moment the Harris family drama stopped being family business and turned into an all-out war. And if you've ever seen the way King lights up around little Junior, you understand why he went nuclear. Say what you want about his wild ways, but that little boy is his heart. From the very start, people doubted him. When Yaya first announced the pregnancy, the world expected King to run. Because let's be real, he was always a reckless one, the one most likely to crash out. But instead of ducking, King stepped up. He posted non-stop, wrote songs, dropped captions about finding purpose. He looked like fatherhood might actually save him. For a brief moment, it felt like King had finally found his lane. But just like that, old habits claw their way back. The fall came fast, and the arrest was a breaking point. That wasn't just a bad night gone wrong. It was a spark that almost burned the Harris legacy to the ground. What should have been King's redemption arc instead became the scandal that made everyone question if he was ever built for fatherhood in the first place. King's downfall didn't start with just a traffic stop.
What you want to do? You want to take my gun on here?
Yes, sir.
There's one in the head.
Does your buddy have one as well?
Gun.
All right, just hang tight right here for me. Let me clear this. I don't want any accidental fires.
There's no safety. You got to take.
There's no safety.
Take
Okay. Well, I'm not going to mess around with that too much. Let me just set this down right here. Dude, step out for me. Yes, sir. Place your hands behind your back for me. All right now you're just being detained. You're not under arrest. We're going to be at the church. All right, I appreciate you being cool now. We're just going to take a look at this information, make sure it's valid.
I ain't sure of this.
Just take a step to the side for me. Hey, boss, you don't have any firearms on you?
I do, but it's concealed.
Okay, just leave it where it's at. You cool? You cool, man? Just
For sure.
stand by.
It exploded at that gas station. He was behind the wheel of his BMW, swerving so reckless he nearly clipped a police cruiser. In that split second, his future started slipping through his hands like sand in the wind, and the spiral only deepened. The cops caught the smell of weed, spotted a gun tucked in his waistband, and ran his name. What popped up wasn't a speeding ticket. It was a ghost from 2022, a suspended license, DUI, reckless charges he thought he could outrun. This time, there was no escape. When those cuffs clicked, the cameras were already rolling. The world saw it all. But what stood out wasn't King's bravado. It was that look in his eyes. Not panic, not anger, regret. The heavy, crushing kind that whispers this time you're about to lose everything. T.I. had been preaching this prophecy for years. My son think I ain't spoke to my son. Think I ain't told his mama, his grandmama, his ass going to prison if he keep this up. T.I. wasn't just warning him. He was reliving his own past, knowing exactly how this road ends. Even the officer who took him in admitted King wasn't fighting. He was quiet, almost too calm, like a man who finally realized he'd pushed too far. And when T.I. arrived to bail him out, the silence was louder than any lecture. That wasn't a rap mogul bailing out his son. That was a father staring at the mirror of his own mistakes, realizing his boy was repeating them step for step. Except this time, there was a child, little Junior, caught in the middle of the wreckage. Back in 2022, when King first went viral for his wild antics, T.I. hit the internet practically begging him to slow down. He warned him publicly, pleaded with him privately, told anyone who would listen that the crash was coming.
Stop talking to me. This ain't your restaurant. This ain't your restaurant. Everything you make, I can pull out my pocket right now. I ain't tripping on you. I ain't tripping. Get the hell out of my face. I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you. Who the hell is he? What's your name? My name King. You know it and your mama know it. Tell your mama Happy Mother's Day. Tell your mama Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. That file shows. Come back. What? On game what? On game what? Come here. Come here. I'll tell you what I do. Come here. I'll tell you what I do. Come here. Come here.
But King didn't listen. And now, every bad decision, every reckless flex, had piled up into a storm that could strip him of more than just freedom. It could take his son, too. T.I. didn't just warn his son in passing. He told King straight to his face, told his baby mama, even told the grandma. He made it crystal clear, this lifestyle only has two endings, jail or worse. And this wasn't empty talk. T.I. lived it, paid the price, and tried to carve a better path for his kids. But King brushed it off, kept flexing, kept spiraling. And now here they were, locked in court battles, family drama spilling all over the internet, the whole dynasty cracking in real time. King tried to clap back at critics, swearing he never lived that so-called silver spoon life. He ranted about growing up fighting, bouncing between homes, and swore nobody really knew his struggle. But the outbursts didn't help. They only made him look unstable. His raw pain blurred into anger, the kind that leaves fans wondering if they were watching confession or meltdown. The truth didn't matter anymore. The optics were ugly, and King couldn't control the narrative. One of the first public cracks in his image came during an infamous Waffle House meltdown. Over a pickle on a sandwich, King lost it.
Possession of a firearm in position of a crime, sir. That is felony. Thank you.
Screaming at workers, threatening jobs, flashing money, and filming the whole disaster like it was proof of his status. What he thought was a flex turned into a viral humiliation. The internet dragged him, labeling him entitled, spoiled, and reckless. That clip became the blueprint for every criticism that followed, haunting him like a ghost every time his name hit headlines. He warned them all, his son, his son's mother, even the grandma, to keep watch. Because T.I. knows how this story usually ends. Jail or worse. And this wasn't just some lecture. T.I. lived it, paid the price, and didn't want his kids walking that same road. But King brushed him off, kept flexing, kept wilding. Until suddenly, the mess wasn't just rumors online. It was courtrooms, custody battles, and family drama going viral. One of the first cracks in King's image came with that infamous Waffle House meltdown. Sounds silly, but it told the world everything they needed to know. Over a pickle on a sandwich, he exploded, screaming at staff, threatening jobs, flashing cash, recording it all like it was a badge of honor. To him, it was clout. To everyone else, it was entitlement on full display. The internet didn't see toughness. They saw a spoiled brat disrespecting working people. Worse, it embarrassed his parents. Their names dragged, their parenting questioned, and T.I. left shaking his head because this wasn't legacy. This was chaos. And the craziest part? King wasn't raised in struggle. He wasn't waking up with roaches or wondering if dinner was coming. He was raised in comfort. Yet he insists on acting like he clawed his way out of the gutter. That tension finally erupted at an Atlanta Falcons game. What started as father-son banter turned into a screaming match that went viral. King swore he didn't grow up with a silver spoon. T.I. clapped back in front of thousands, reminding him he never had to starve or sleep with roaches. King fired back, saying he lived at his grandma's in the hood. Two different realities colliding, one public brawl exposing years of buried resentment. And fans didn't hold back either. Comments poured in. He only got passes because of his parents. Try surviving without the family name, and see how long you last. Harsh, but that's how most people see King. Privileged, out of touch, obsessed with proving his something is not. To them, it feels like watching someone throw away every opportunity just to chase validation from the streets. The sad part? King had a perfect moment to change. A child on the way, a chance to step into maturity. But instead of cleaning up his image, he doubled down. Guns on Instagram, flexing, clout chasing like nothing mattered. That's when T.I. realized this wasn't about music videos or tantrums anymore. This was about survival and his grandson's future. Remember that video with Boos's son, Tucci Raw? Both boys flexing guns like extras in a trap film? Both fathers had to jump in on camera, scolding them. T.I. didn't smile, didn't laugh. He was done. He told King straight up, guns only lead one place, jail. You could hear the weight in his voice. A man who'd lived that life warning his son not to repeat it. But King didn't listen, and his arrest proved his father right. For T.I., that was a breaking point. It wasn't about clout anymore. It was about an innocent child. Because if King couldn't even protect himself, how could he be trusted to raise a son? And that's why the custody fight turned deadly serious. T.I. isn't just trying to control his son. He's trying to break a generational curse before it swallows another Harris kid whole. And the wildest twist? Fans say T.I. looks more invested in baby Junior than King does. Every clip of him holding his grandson goes viral. Every smile, every moment. Fans flood the comments. T.I. loves his baby more than King. And that says everything. To T.I., this isn't just about discipline. It's about rescue. It's about making sure that child grows up safe, stable, and far away from the chaos King keeps chasing. But silence speaks louder than words. And right now, King is quiet. No rants. No clapbacks. No Instagram lives. For a guy who usually wears his feelings online, that silence is dangerous. It could mean he's plotting a comeback, ready to fight in court. Or it could mean he's already defeated, too ashamed to answer. Either way, his next move will decide everything, not just his reputation, but the future of his own son. Because this isn't just about one spoiled celebrity kid. It's about a bigger pattern, kids born into privilege but desperate for credibility. Kids who never had to survive the streets but still chase the image of them. And the truth is, the streets don't care who your daddy is. No cheat codes. No celebrity passes. Once you step in, you get the same ending as everyone else. What makes this story so captivating is simple. We're watching one of hip-hop's most respected fathers try to control a son who refuses to be controlled. And in the middle of it all, an innocent child. From the outside, the Harris family looked perfect. Money, fame, opportunities that most people can only dream of. But behind the cameras, It's chaos. A son who feels misunderstood. A father who feels betrayed. And every ounce of it is playing out in public. That's what makes this mess hit harder. Every meltdown, every arrest, every viral clip gets dissected online like it's entertainment. For millions of strangers, it's just content. But for King, that spotlight is gasoline on a fire. He's unstable, unpredictable, and the pressure of living under constant judgment only pushes him closer to the edge. Instead of working it out behind closed doors, their family drama has become the internet's favorite soap opera. King's struggle is rooted in identity. On paper, his setup for life, connections, money, a legendary last name, doors in music, business, TV, all wide open. But instead of walking through them, he's chasing validation from the streets. He wants to prove he's real. To him, privilege feels like a curse. To his father, it feels like a blessing wasted. That contradiction is a wedge that keeps driving them apart. T.I. fought to shield his kids from pain. He built walls of comfort so they wouldn't know hunger, fear, or violence. But King looks at those walls like they're a prison, holding him back from credibility. It's a generational clash. Two realities that can't coexist. And the more King resists that shield, the more reckless his choices become. From Waffle House tantrums to flashing guns online, he's trying to look tough but only exposing immaturity. That's why the internet clowns him. They see a privileged kid pretending to be street. They see entitlement dressed up as authenticity. But while fans roast him for laughs, T.I. doesn't find it funny. To him, each stunt is another sign his son is running straight toward a wall, a future of handcuffs, or worse. That's why this custody battle feels less like legal drama and more like a last stand, a desperate move to slam the brakes. But here's the part people overlook. King does love his son. No one can deny it. The pictures, the clips, they show a softer side of him. Moments of real joy with little Junior. That's what makes this whole situation so tragic. King isn't a villain. He's a young man caught between ego, immaturity, and responsibility. He wants to be a father, but he hasn't stopped being a kid himself. And T.I. knows that contradiction could destroy the next generation. When T.I. talks about his grandson, the difference is night and day. He beams with pride, brags about every milestone, and treats it like a second chance at fatherhood. Fans notice it, too. The comments always say the same thing. T.I. looks more invested in Junior than King. And for a son already wrestling with identity, that comparison stings. It fuels resentment. But for T.I., it's never been about competition. It's about protecting a child from chaos. Now, everything hangs in limbo. King's silence has the internet buzzing. Is he regrouping, plotting a comeback to prove he can handle fatherhood? Or is he quietly accepting defeat, letting his father take the lead while he figures out who he really is? That uncertainty is why people can't look away. Because whatever King does next won't just shape his own life. It will shape the Harris legacy. And here's a bigger truth. This isn't just about King. It's about every kid of fame and privilege who thinks they can play street games. The streets don't care about last names. They don't care if your father is a rap legend. Once you step into that world, the rules are the same. And there are no special passes when things go left. T.I. knows that firsthand. That's why his fighting like this custody battle is life or death. Because in his eyes, it is. At the end of the day, this isn't just about court papers or social media drama. For T.I., it's about saving his bloodline from repeating a cycle that's already destroyed too many families. But no matter which way this goes, one thing is clear. The Harris saga is nowhere near finished. This storm is only picking up speed. King still has a shot at redemption. He can step up, prove everyone wrong, and be the father that Junior truly deserves. But if he keeps ignoring the red flags, if he keeps spiraling down the same road, his story might become just another cautionary tale of wasted potential. A tragedy written in real time, with the world watching. And for T.I., no matter how hard this gets, he'll always carry the weight of knowing he tried everything. He warned, he pleaded, and now he's fighting with the law on his side. Not just as a father, but as a man desperate to break a curse before it consumes another generation. This isn't just family drama. It's legacy, pride, and survival. Until the dust settles, one thing is guaranteed. The Harris name will never be the same again. The world's tuned in, the family's divided, and the stakes have never been higher. And if you think this ride has been wild so far, Just wait, because the next chapter of the story is only getting crazier from here.